Well, for more on the reaction from the Pope, let's bring in our Rome correspondent, Seema Gupta. Seema, there were some very strong words from Pope Francis at the Vatican today, particularly talking about shame.
Yes, indeed. I mean, the Pope acknowledged the French report at his weekly general audience at the Vatican, repeatedly and forcefully expressing his shame and shame for the Church's failure, in essence, to protect the victims. He expressed sadness and pain for the trauma that the victims experienced. And he said it was his shame, but also the shame of the Church for the Church's long inability to put those victims at the center of their concerns. Now, he repeatedly talked about it being a moment of shame. He said it was unfortunate that there was such a considerable number of victims, and encouraged the bishops and other superiors within the church in order to tackle this issue and make sure that it doesn't happen again. He also expressed his closeness to the priests in France and called on the Catholics in France to assume the responsibility to ensure that the church remains a safe place for all people who attend it.
Now, Seema, this comes as Italy is set to get a verdict in a church sex abuse case there, which actually hits quite close to home for the Pope as it takes place inside the Vatican.
Yes, indeed. I mean, the trial is happening in the Vatican of this particular priest, a young priest, Father Gabriele Martinelli. Now, he's been accused of sexually abusing a fellow altar boy when they were both still teenagers at the Vatican Youth Seminary. Now, that's a seminary within the Vatican walls itself, and that's what makes this particular case so significant. The trial has been going on for a year now. It began in October last year. We expect a verdict this month as well. But the scandal really erupted back in 2017 when the former altar boys went public with their accusations, alleging abuse as well as cover-ups by superiors. On trial is also the former rector of this seminary, and even the religious institution that is backing this seminary is being accused for failing to protect the young. Now, this particular individual, Gabriele Martinelli, now he's been accused of this abuse that happened while they were both underage, but Martinelli was 20 years old when the abuse was continuing. So we'll have to see what happens in this case, but of course it's a significant one, as you mentioned, happening right within the Vatican walls.
Seema, thank you for that. Seema Gupta there reporting for us from Rome.